got some trauma in my body, so we mask it up with clothes. Demons right behind me, they can't get me, hope they know that.
Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to do this crazy masking clone effect with a kind of security cam vibe. This is the first ever tutorial of this kind. I'm giving you guys the next level sauce to take your edits to the next level so you can charge more and make more. Let's get right into it.
Bless up your blood clot.
So in order to do this effect properly, you're going to need to download my Glow plugin for Final Cut Pro. It's extremely easy to use and is by far the best Glow plugin for Final Cut Pro. I dropped the link in the description below. Make sure to head over to my website and grab that before you start this tutorial. So we got our base clip here. If you want to film this properly, you got to film it on a tripod. Make sure you're using a wide lens. For example, in this scene, we got everybody in the studio sitting on the couch. I'm going to use this as the base clip because it's going to be more difficult to mask out all four of these people. So I can just use it as the base clip. So we have our base clip and then we have these clips as well, right? So you got to get multiple takes. Leave the camera in the exact same spot on a tripod so that it's completely still. You cannot move the camera at all in order to record this and then edit it properly. If you want to record this properly, that's what you're gonna have to do. So obviously we got the base clip of him with his guys. We got the clip of him in the middle, on the left, and on the right side. Right? So what I'm thinking is I'll use this as a base clip. I don't want to mask all four of these guys out. It's going to be a lot of work. So I'm just going to drag it to the bottom. Right now we can use him in the middle as the base clip. I'm going to slap on some color grading first. I'm going to go under all. I'm going to click custom LUT and then just color grade this quickly. It doesn't have to be anything crazy at the moment. Okay, dope. So got that. I'm going to drag the second clip on top. We're going to press Command Option V to paste the color grading. Let's make sure that the audio lines up. I'm going to click on this bottom clip because I'm not using it right now, so I don't want the audio to interfere. And I'm just going to press V on the keyboard. That's going to grade out. That's perfect. So the audio lines up. That's good. Let's drag on the third clip right now on the very top. And let's press Command Option V, paste the color grading. Make sure that the audio lines up. That's perfect. It all lines up. So I'll drag down the audio. I'll add in the actual audio of the music video. On the audio clip, I have it selected at the right point. I press Command B to split it, delete the excess fat. And then I also got another take of just him standing right in the middle. So there's so many options you can do with this, guys. You can literally just have two clones, you know what I mean? You literally don't even have to do masking. You could just click on the top clip, click on crop, and then you could just, you know, do that. Then you have two of them right there. But I want to show you guys the advanced next level sauce so you can wow your clients, right? There's levels to this when it comes to edits, right? So I'm going to show you guys the high quality edits, the next level sauce, because we don't give a hoot, son. Copy and paste the color grading. All right, 6, we got our first top clip. Let's start masking everything that we need to mask. So the first top clip here, we're going to click this little wand tool right here. We're going to click add magnetic mask. Make sure at the top right corner that you're not selected on the color adjustments, that you click this little video film icon. That way you can see the magnetic mask. And when you move your cursor around, you're going to see that it's active and ready to go. So let's just start clicking all around him. This is next level, guys. All right, the magnetic mask was such a big upgrade to Final Cut Pro. It's gonna save us editors hours and hours of literally rotoscoping. That's the most tedious and annoying part about doing masking effects, and that's literally what takes us hours to do this, right? So this is such a big game changer, guys. Now all we're gonna do is click analyze. It's gonna sit there and do it for us within seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 12 seconds. Boom. If we go and click done now, look at that. Look how clean that mask is, guys. Look how clean that is. In literally 12 seconds. And if it was a shorter clip, it would have probably cut it out within like 5 seconds or less. This is insane, guys. Look at this, right? So now I'm gonna press V on this clip. Gonna get rid of that for a second. We're gonna repeat the exact same process on the next clip. Magnetic mask, select them out. Now you might see some spaces here, so you might have to go and click the minimize option here, scale that, you know, so that it's small enough, and then just kind of go up here and zoom in so that you just can refine the mask a little bit. As you can see, If you feel like there's any refining that you need to do, you can also adjust the feather here, but this is looking perfect, guys. Look at this. Look at that mask. Look how good that is. This is insane, guys. It's insane. Now we got these right now. Crazy. All right, so now we're just gonna create some variations. You can do this as you want. You can create any variation that you want, but what I'll do is, all right, guys, this is looking crazy. Look at that. We got our front one. It's looking insane, guys. You can literally just keep the effect like this. You don't even have to do all the extra stuff that I'm gonna do, but this is already looking insane. All right, so this is where we're gonna start creating the variations and kind of doing this glitch security cam effect, add that element to it. So I'm gonna split this here because that's when I want this mask to disappear. So it's gonna start like this. And then I want to bring it back when he says demons. Demons right behind me. So you know he's saying demons right behind me. He's pointing back and we're gonna see all his boys behind him, right? So okay, so basically the way I'm gonna do these cuts is to the rhythm and the tempo of the beat. So I'm using the kick drums and the bass drums of the beat as marking points, right? So I'm gonna stay on cue, especially if you're musically inclined and you know rhythm, you know beats, or you maybe know how to play an instrument, play the drums, then this will be easy for you. But you pretty much want to follow the kick drum and the snare drum. So watch. Right? So let's just see how the kick drum hits right here. So the way I look at it is we're creating bars. Each of these is bars, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the tempo that I'm going to split it up at and do the cuts at. So we got boom. You can also scroll down and kind of find the waveform where you see the kick drum, right? So when I press play, you can hear the kick drum there. That's how I know I'm going to make the split there. Or you can do it by frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, roughly 8 to 9 frames. Right there when he says mask. So I'm gonna let this one play longer. So we got this right now. Now I want to make the exact same cuts on the mask to the left of him. This is that mask, right? So just line up the same exact cuts, and I'm doing this by pressing Command B on my keyboard. So now we got boom, and all I'm gonna do is almost create a zigzag here and press V on my keyboard. Look, so we're just gonna alternate. Okay, and so what do we got? Right on the kick drum here, so right on the snare, right there. We're gonna make these cuts right here. I'm gonna take out all these masks and we're gonna keep the demons right here. So let me copy this by pressing Command C on the keyboard. I forgot to color grade the clip at the bottom. Press Command Option V, paste, and boom. Right? So he's got the demons behind him now. So the effect is pretty much done here, guys. If we press play, you can see that all the cuts are done. This looks crazy. So now basically at this point, I'm just gonna add the extra sauce to take this effect to the next level. So as a Final Cut Pro editor, so either I could do a transition like this, but I also have a different plugin in mind that I was gonna use potentially if I go to my effects tab here. It's called Dream Glow Effect. There's tons of different things you could do with it. I might use this one right here. Yeah, this one's cool. This one's cool. I'm definitely gonna do that. It automatically has this kind of reddish, orangish color. So I'm just gonna go on specifically this glitched out clip. I'm gonna go into the color adjustments and choose color board, click color on the left hand side, and just make it more like green, you know, so it matches the lighting. So now, so however you want to do this transition, there's tons of different transitions you can use. I'm gonna use this transition. It's actually a built-in transition within Final Cut Pro, so you don't have to download this externally. We're gonna go to our transitions right here, click dissolves, and click cross dissolve. Before we do that, as you can see, we have our clips stacked up. So the ones that are grayed out, you want to remove them so that the clips are all beside each other and we can do the transitions seamlessly with no problems, right? So we're just deleting all these. Now we have a straight line. We can add all the transitions, right? cross dissolve. Let's drag it in between. Let's drag that in between all of the clips. Let's get rid of this one here, and I might just want to add one right here. Right, so now what we have is this. So you can actually adjust how fast you want these to be, and I think the effect would look better if you just kind of tighten these up, shorten them, so that the fade in or fade out is not too long. Right, so now let's see how this looks. I would say even faster, so I'd say around like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we'll do like 3 frames just so that the fade is faster. Let's do that on all of these, and this is how it looks. That looks dope. And then right here, I'll probably add the VHS transition. Okay, and now instead of having to add a transition to each of these clips, what you can do is actually, we're gonna click the titles up here in the top left hand corner. Make sure that titles at the very top is selected. So we're gonna drag this adjustment layer right below. I'm gonna make it a decent length so that it has enough time to do the transition. If I need to retime it, I always can. Every time you drag this on, it's gonna show 2 of these. Delete that one. We just want to create 1 transition. Let's see how that's looking. And then the middle of the transition here is going to be aligned directly when the clips split into this one. All right, so this is looking dope, guys.
Now we in the studio, got some trauma on my body, so we mask it up with clothes. Demons right behind me, they can't get me, hope they know it.
So there's tons of ways that you can sauce this up. I'm thinking right now, I'm gonna use a third-party plugin. I'll drop the link in the description below just in case you guys want to grab it. It's called the Smooth Camera Zoom Pro. This is a plugin from Ryan Nangle. Shout out to Ryan Nangle, one of the big goats of Final Cut Pro editing and tutorials. There's a bunch of different options here, but what I'm gonna want to do is click the ramped 4K option because I shot this clip in 4K. We're gonna do the zoom in and out. We're gonna drag this here. I don't want to drag it at the right time.
Got some trauma on my body, trauma on my
right, so you see the zoom in. We're gonna adjust the point here, and under the text parameters here, you can actually, if you click the little text icon here, you can adjust the parameters on how much you want it to zoom in. I'd probably let it zoom in like that. And what looks really cool, guys, is if you actually drag the zoom blur amount up, because it kind of acts as a motion blur. So check this out. You can actually adjust it, raise it as you want. That looks sick. That's dope. That's dope. Crazy. So like I said before, this effect is pretty much done. You can keep it like this, but I'm just giving you guys the next level sauce to add to it. I want to create this kind of glitch overlay. Now there's many ways that you can do it, but what I want to use is a plugin from Motion VFX. It's called M Matrix. I'm going to drag effect number 3 over, and it's this kind of security cam digital CRT overlay, which looks really cool, guys. Look at that. Right, so there's many different ways that you can actually adjust the settings to make it look better. Distortion strength, nope, we don't want none of that. Nope, we don't want none of that. That's what I want to do, is adjust the pixel scale, something like that. You see those lines there? Kind of looks like a security cam, which is really cool. You can adjust the color, any color you want, guys, which is really cool. I want to do this kind of greenish, yellowish, kind of like a warm green. Yeah, somewhere around there. That looks dope. Alright guys, so a big part of taking this effect to the next level and adding the finishing touches is adding sound effects. Alright, so each time there's a glitch transition, I'm gonna add a proper sound effect. It really enhances the edits. I'm telling you guys, it's like night and day, and that's what differentiates an amateur editor from a professional advanced editor. Is someone that knows how to professionally add sound effects to a music video or do sound design properly. I'm gonna use this glitch effect specifically. It's my favorite one. I'm gonna match it up here, and let's do it again here. The effect is pretty much done, guys. You can keep it like this. It looks amazing the way it is. This is next level sauce that I'm giving you, but you know, you can also just customize it how you want, right? So I can even add another adjustment layer, and I can add another really cool plugin that I use for this type of stuff. You can also add elements on top of it, right? So now you got like this kind of security cam overlay, which is really cool. And then you can even do something like this. So watch this. There's a plugin called Dream Glow Effect. I like to use this setting right here, and it's kind of like this. You know what I mean? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the color so that it matches the green. You see that? This looks dope. Something like that. You know what I mean? And now what I want to do, you can adjust the light amount, power blur, all of that, right? So now the thing about this is the longer you leave this on, the slower it's gonna pulse, right? You see this? It just kind of looks blurry. So what I want to do is use the blade tool here and just make cuts. I'm gonna make cuts here so that it's gonna flicker way faster, right? So now what you got is, so I can see that it's too blurry, so I just want to adjust this a little bit in the settings. Power blur effect, you can bring that down. Opacity, you could probably bring that a little bit down. Glow radius, maybe a little bit. And I just want to do a test here. So as you can see, the way it's moving is really slow. It's pulsing slow. So I want to go down to the blade tool and just do a test here. Let's chop this up a little bit faster so it can flicker. That's dope. You see? So now you can just make cuts accordingly. Like make the chops in between this layer so that it's going to pulse way faster and kind of look like a flickering green tinted security cam. It looks sick, guys, with this glow. Right, so you can do that. Right when it zooms into this clone right here, I'm gonna create a split here. You can actually use a glow effect on each clone that you want to highlight. So for example, I selected just this mask right here. What I'm gonna do is copy and paste this layer and then drag it under, right? And I'm gonna rename it middle clone base, just in case. We're gonna make a split right here. And right here, we're gonna end the mask. So now you can actually highlight this clone and make him kind of glow. So I dragged the clip on this side because the other effects are gonna interfere with your mask. We'll just create another magnetic mask, drag it to the end here so there's no interference, mask that out, analyze. What do we got? That looks crazy. Let's drag the mask back in now. So we put it right here. Let's get rid of this bottom one. And now we have a mask. So right when it zooms into him here, you can kind of make him glow and stand out. So I have the other plugins taken off right now. And what you're gonna wanna do is use my Director Diego glow effect. Now you guys can actually grab this effect on my website. It's on sale right now. Link is in the description below. This plugin is so easy to use, guys. You just drag and drop. And now we're gonna adjust the settings. So what I like to do is glow softness all the way up, glow size, you can adjust as you wish. And then the exposure and the intensity will kind of adjust how much you want it to glow. So I'd say somewhere around here. This looks sick. Adjust a little bit here. So now that we have the glow on it, what we're gonna do is click on blur. We're gonna drag zoom blur on top of it, and we're gonna change the look from uniform to variable. Now we have a shine. I want to change the blend mode from normal to screen. We have a really cool shine on him, guys, right? And then you can just adjust the opacity as you wish. So I want it to start at 0, and I want to keyframe this. So right when it zooms into him, watch this. Boom, it's gonna shine, you know? So watch this. And then I'd say like right around here, right when the camera's zooming out, the shine and the glow is gonna disappear. So I'll start the keyframe right around here. Opacity, let's bring it down here. Boom, right? And then on my glow plugin here, you can keyframe the exposure and bring it all the way down. Right? So guys, this is like taking the effect to the next level. Like I'm sure when you show this to your clients, they're gonna be like, damn bro, that's insane, right? And these are one of the tactics and tools that I used to, you know, get clients to come back and do a second video, third video, fourth video. You know what I mean? Check this out. Right, and you can use this glow effect for a bunch of different variations. You can literally do the glow effect on this clone right here, that one. You can make each clone glow like toon 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 really fast. Guys, the options are endless here, right? So I'm gonna select everything. I'm gonna add our filters back, and what do we got? Now you see with this filter on top, it's already adding a glow. So that's why you can just keep the regular filter like this, and then the glow effect will kind of stand out more. And what I'll even do is right when the demons pop up, I'm gonna add another adjustment layer on top. I'm gonna kind of add this liquid impact shake distortion, I guess you can call it. I'll show you how to do this within Final Cut Pro. We're gonna start the size around there, keyframe everything, and kind of just feel it out. You want it to feel like a splash. So there's no specific amount of keyframes that you'd want to go by. I just like to feel it out myself. So probably around there, I drag the size up and the refraction down. And then what I want to do is use a third-party plugin from Ryan Nangle. The link will be in the description below. It's called RN Shake. I like to use the bounce preset. I want to redo the refraction here. And right around here, that's when I'm gonna bring down the refraction. So this is almost done, guys. What you want to do is drag in my Director Diego Glow plugin. You can adjust the tint color as you wish. Glow softness, we're going to bring it all the way up. Glow size, you can adjust. I'm going to want it around there. And you can drag the exposure up, the intensity up. Probably start it around there. Yeah, this is cool. So now I'm going to keyframe the exposure and the intensity and drag everything down. See how that looks? I'm gonna adjust where I want this to end, probably bring it all the way down there. Then what you can do is add the smooth camera zoom coming from just out. See how this looks? Yeah, it's not bad. You can adjust the zoom, raise the zoom blur amount. Right, so now you kind of have this distortion, liquid, splash type effect. You know what I mean? Right when he says bow. And you can literally copy and paste it on any part you want. So right when, you know, he glitches out, you can copy and paste it and you get something like this, which looks sick, right? Because it's almost this distortion liquid splash, boom, transitioning into there, right? Or you could just keep it like this, and you can even adjust it. So if I want to see that glitch more, I'll just drag this out so you can see the glitch, you know what I mean? And then you got something like this, which is sick, right? So guys, the options are endless when it comes to these types of effects. I'm giving you guys the next level sauce that's gonna take your edits to the next level and wow your clients so you can charge more and make more. So as the final finished product, this is what we have, guys.
Now we in the studio, got some drama in my body, so we mask it up with clothes. Demons right behind me, they can't get me, hope they know it.
The last thing I'll do, I see that the clip behind him is a little bit dark, so I'm gonna start a keyframe on the color grading here. On the color adjustments, I'm gonna go up here and click the keyframe, and then right around here, I kind of want it to brighten up at the back, so I'm gonna drag up the exposure, the brightness. That way you can see them better. So let's check out the final product now. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Final Cut Pro and After Effects tutorials. If you want to take your edits to the next level, you can grab my editing packs through the link in the description below. And if you're serious about mastering videography, head over to my website where you'll find all of my editing packs plus my elite videography mastery course that shows you exactly how to scale as a professional filmmaker and edit just like this. I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial.